Good Wednesday, everybody, and welcome to Cross Section, coming to you live once again from the Guitar Bar here at the Marriott Delta Hotel in downtown Ashland. With me, Brian Hall, as usual, Ryan Parker, and the special guest with us tonight, making his return to Cross Section. And I think we have a picture of the last time Ben was on air on My Town TV. That is his first appearance on Cross Section. And Ben, how old were you back then?
I think I had just turned 24 there.
24 years old, and you just started working for Cross Section. You told me you were nervous about coming on the show.
I feel like, so I was looking back at old shows and I was trying to find the exact one that I was on, and there was like 4 months where I think I just produced the show and you guys didn't have me on. I guess I had to like earn my stripes to come on the show. And I remember like I finally got the call up. I felt like I was going to the pros or something, like in front of all these crazy cameras and all this lights, and it was just so wild. And I was nervous, man. I really was. I was afraid of the hundreds of people we had watching at home, I guess.
Well, he did such a good job that from there he went on to have his own show. If you've got the open to that, called Spicing Up Sports.
Wow.
I mean, I really respect the clip-on tie there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how to tie.
Is the volume up on that? That's fine with me, because that's his introduction to the world.
Oh, man.
Ben Spicer, his first show, his first Spicing Up Sports show.
Look at that.
You made a good joke.
Took things seriously.
You made a very good joke about being from the University of Louisville and how nobody would listen to you.
Red and black?
That's right.
I tried to be subtle.
Where's he at? In a dungeon?
That is the old set, and it sort of was a dungeon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at where we came.
Yeah, we didn't think that one through very well, did we?
So, Ben, let's now talk about, you were with us for a few more years after that. COVID hit, and then there are the Ben Spicer lost years.
Yeah.
Where have you been from there to now?
Oh, man, I've been all over. I was thinking I've moved every year since like 2021, 22, I think. So I moved from here. I actually announced on Cross Section. That's another crazy thing. I announced, I don't know which camera I'm supposed to look at, by the way. I guess
Jeremy.
This one. I announced on Cross Section that I was moving to Dallas. I moved to Dallas, lived there for 2 years, came back home for a year, then I moved to Florida last year, and then I moved to Portsmouth. Was going to stay at the same place for more than a year for the first time in several years, and then I had the house fire. So now I'm settled in Portsmouth, and I'm back here at my town. I've had a lot of fun doing basketball. Basketball's my favorite time of year, so I'm ready for a region and state, and it's been a lot of fun.
So what are you doing professionally, besides working with us? You
Yeah,
got your own side business, too.
Yeah, I work with Shawnee State, so I do kind of all their video stuff, and that's kind of the day job that I've been doing. And I've bounced around a little bit, done a little bit of everything over the last 4 or 5 years, but that's kind of where I'm at right now.
It's that gun for hire, man.
Yeah, and if you look at the highlight videos he produces, even for us, and he also does them for AAU teams or travel teams during the summer. If you need someone who's really good at putting together your reel, Ben Spicer is the guy. So that's not that that's why you're on here to promote it, but we might as well get that in while we can.
I was thinking about doing a day in the life with you guys. Mm-hmm. You think that would be something that people are interested in?
I think you would be bored. I think you'd be okay with him. And maybe Ryan, I think Ryan, you might be okay with Ryan.
Well, Ryan might break into song at any time, so that's always eventful.
Actually, I think it would be best if you followed around some of our producers, like Grant or Josh or even Jeff for a day. I think that would be best.
I get to sleep in a little bit then.
That's right. Wake up at the crack of 2 in the afternoon. So I don't know if you all watched Sunday night, but the Winter Olympics began Sunday night. You saw the opening ceremonies. It was a little weird because they did it in 3 separate cities. It was a little strange, but I'm just going to go ahead and ask you first, Ryan, Winter or Summer Olympics?
No, definitely winter. Yeah,
Really?
I'm a winter fan, yeah.
Now, what is it about the Winter Olympics that you
I
like?
don't know, there's something soothing about the brightness on TV with all the snow and all the events. I enjoy it.
What's your favorite event?
Hockey.
Hockey's your favorite event?
Absolutely.
Ben, summer, winter?
I think I know more summer sports, but I've appreciated winter more. I like winter when I'm not in it.
Yeah.
So when I can see the snow on TV, I like it a little bit more. So I think I'm going to go with winter too. I didn't realize how many of the events people can potentially die during these. Like,
Right.
I just wish, and I wish too, the Olympics they would put like one regular person into it for context, so we know just like how good these athletes are. But I'm going winter.
But I think they
going winter.
I think they kind of do that in the Winter Olympics, and they call it curling.
Yeah.
I think those are regular people. In fact, the last USA Olympic team, those curlers, I swear they looked like they all met for the first time in a bar.
Yeah.
The night before the event.
Like they won a contest in a
Yeah.
bar that they
Yeah.
put a team together.
Do you think you'd be a good curler?
I don't know, because it doesn't look like it takes much athletic ability, but then it's very precise, and I'm not really very precise.
Well, you've got the skipper, who is the one who slides the stone, and you've got the alternate, who's just barking behind it, and you've got the sweepers. What do you think you'd be best at?
Well, I don't know. I kind of look at it like travel baseball, like which one's the shortstop, because that's what I would make myself. Like, the most
Definitely a
important.
sweeper.
Yeah,
Definitely a sweeper.
yeah.
Ben?
I think, what were the positions again? I don't want to do that. That seems like high pressure.
The skip is the one that slides the rock.
I want to do that. I
the
feel like
skip.
that's less pressure. That I feel like is the most important
Well,
job of it.
yeah,
I don't
I'm
know.
a fall risk, so maybe I shouldn't be the sweeper, but
Ryan?
I would take the barker, there's no doubt. Being behind you all
yeah.
telling you what to do, that'd be great.
Yeah. And then the alternate. I would prefer to be the alternate. I would hold everybody's beer while they're sliding. I think that'd be the best way to go about it. Well, we've got some special guests with us tonight. Coming up after the break, we'll have Ashland Kittens coach Stacey Davis, along with Brooklyn Duckweiler, who's had a pretty darn big week here for the Kittens. We're going to be right back after this. You're watching Cross Section.
Ashland Credit Union is proud to offer 10 $1,000 scholarships to empower students taking the next steps on their journey. See website for more details or email scholarships@ashlandcu.org for more information.
Pathways has been around for over half a century, providing quality behavioral health care services for 60 years.
Pathways is your certified community behavioral health care clinic. Learn more at pathways-ky.org. Expert care, backed by experience.
Your family deserves nothing but the best.
The sky's the limit. Drew and Jonathan's Modular One sofas and sectionals at Big Sandy. They're fully customizable, oh so comfortable, and affordable. Modular One can be designed precisely to your liking, with multiple available pieces to choose from in 7 great colors, starting at $4.99. Pick what you need, combine, adjust, that's it. Your room, your way.
Shop Drew and Jonathan Home at Big Sandy Superstore.
Whoa, hey, fellas.
you know the routine.
My bad. We got you.
Tom?
Now entering Clarks, number 24 from Georgetown, Kentucky, Malachi Marino. Make some noise for number 22, Braden Hawthorne. You know him, you can't guard him. From Woodford County, number 2, Jasper Johnson.
Return, refresh, fuel. Clarks.
Mom, what's for dinner?
And we're back on segment 2, cross section. In that, well, you've probably noticed already, we had a delivery of some Nanny Nizzo's meatball and ricotta. And I'm saying ricotta because we're in Kentucky, but it's actually pronounced ricotta. It's how you're supposed to pronounce it. And you have to do this when you say it. Can you say that?
No.
Can you try?
No.
You won't even try it for
No.
How about this? Will you try meatball?
I will do that.
Try meatball.
Always, yeah.
Try meatball any day. So if you watched any of our social media posts this week and any of our programming, you probably saw several posts about one Miss Brooklyn Duckweiler who reined in 34 points and put Ashland over the top in overtime against the Portsmouth Trojans, who are the Division V reigning state champions in Ohio. And we're fortunate enough to have Brooklyn and our head coach Stacey Davis here today. Ladies, welcome. You've already had the meatballs. Your thoughts?
I liked it.
You would order them again?
She doesn't like
I'm not big on meatballs, but I tried it. It wasn't too bad.
Well, good.
It was okay.
Well, Brooklyn, let's start with you. This team seems like there's something special about this mix of players. Maybe it's your closeness, maybe it's just the overall ability. Talk to me about your teammates.
I think like the bond, like this, we're really like a sisterhood, and like we're all there for each other. We would pick each other up, like we push each other to be better. It's just the connection is there.
Coach, 3. You've been to 2 Sweet 16s and an Elite 8 in 3 seasons. How are you going to top that this year?
Play on Saturday. That would top it. No, it is. It's hard to. Every year you think is special, then another group comes up. And with this group, I think B's been around, all 4 years that I've been here now. The seniors have been here, started since their freshman year with us. So it's a special group. So, I mean, getting to Rupp is our ultimate goal. So, that's what we aim for.
Ben, you have one?
Yeah. Who comes up with the schedule for you guys? Is that you? Is that Conway? Like, how do you guys kind of coordinate that? And then how much of an emphasis do you put on scheduling elite competition? I mean, home with Portsmouth, just all the great teams you played.
We do our own scheduling, which is, we're not in, we have our region, we have our district. We do have to play our district. Before COVID, you had to play them twice. Now it's just one game to do the seeding. So we do have to play Boyd and Fairview, but other than that, we have no other games on our schedule that has to be played. So scheduling's done through us, and since I've been around, I found it's really paid off for us to go out and play, get across the state, play some other teams. One, it gets our girls exposure. It also allows them to play, the different competition and some stronger competition. A lot of people. Record, you like to have a winning record. It's great. People talk about your record, but, our ultimate goal is we play for our postseason. And I think picking up Portsmouth home and away has been huge. Tough place to go to and play. Amy does a great job now in Portsmouth, and we've already talked about scheduling again next year, and they want to come to our classic. We're big supporters of them. They're big supporters of us. We hope they win. They hope we win, and they cheer us on. We cheer them on. So that's been a good bond. But, To get better, you got to play the big teams. So,
now, Coach, I don't want to get too far ahead, but we didn't exactly get a great draw for the first round of the state tournament for whoever does make it. That's a pretty tall task.
That's what we were sitting at home. We were out of school that day. Usually we were watching it in the gym, and people will come in and watch it. We were at home, and Cameron and I were downstairs in the basement, turning on the big screen, and just watching that wheel turn as it goes around. It's the first time they've had went to the whatever you want to call it, the electronic or whatever. It used to be the digital. That's the word. It used to be the wheel would go around, the ball would come out. This one you see it going. Where's it going to stop at? And it stopped on. If winner's going to get Simon Kenton, and they're pretty tough. We played them a couple of years ago in a preseason tournament down there when they were really young. Their point guard, that Purnell girl, was tough. She was middle school then, so it's a tough draw, but like everybody says, whoever gets, hopefully it's us that gets there, whoever gets there in our region, that you got to play the best to beat the best to get there on Saturday. So go ahead and play it from the start.
Ryan?
Well, my question's for you, Brooklyn. You're great on the basketball court, no doubt, but the weather's going to be warming up soon, and I know you're great on the softball diamond as well. Which one's your favorite?
Basketball for sure.
Basketball?
Yeah.
Okay, well, good answer. But I mean, hey, you're dynamic on the softball diamond as well. I mean, how many home runs did you hit in a row last year? Was it
5?
5?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Brooklyn obviously is a multi-talented athlete, and we're happy to cover her on my town and all the sports she does.
Brooklyn, I need you to answer your answers to be longer so I can chew.
Yeah.
That would help a lot.
Okay.
I got one for you.
Okay.
So the core of your all's team, Ariana, you and Gabby, you guys all played AAU basketball together, right? Mm-hmm. So how big is that to be able to gain that chemistry, in the off season and as many months as you guys play to carry that over into high school?
It helps a lot. It's like we get like a few extra months to work together. It's like the other people don't, It helps just like we already have a good connection.
Yeah.
It just carries over, and we do well there too.
I like it that they play together.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of, that chemistry part, and they learn each other's tendencies a lot too, and that helps. So.
Well, that's one thing I've noticed with this team, Coach, is that it's not just that I think your teams have always been very close. Mm-hmm. This team seems to be even closer, and even also closer with the coaching staff. Talk to me about that relationship that you have with your players.
Yeah, we like them sometimes. It is. It's we have a good bond, and it's good for the fact that I put it without putting. So they're sometimes they're a little mad at me, it gets a little, but just the respect from both. It's not just they know that I don't see them just as a player on the court. That we care. Our coaching staff and us, we care more about them as young ladies and how they're developing that way than they are as actual players. We're their biggest supporters on the court, and as he already talked about B-Duck playing softball. We're there to support them on the softball diamond. We want to see them do as well there as they do on the basketball court. And the group together, just a sisterhood. When you get a lot of girls together, and they're together a whole lot, and you have them in class as well too. You know how girls are sometimes with the drama and this and that, but it's they seem to get along really well. They want to support each other, but they have an ultimate goal. They're competitors. They want to win and go to the next level, and they know that you've got to get along outside as well as on the court too.
Speaking of being competitors, I don't know if there have been too many more competitive people in an Ashland uniform than you. Do you ever get out there and try to ball with them?
Well, I tried today on the 3-2-1. We didn't win.
No.
We lost when I did that. That's one of my ultimate goals. I've got to get in a little bit better shape. I'm not as quick or as mobile as I used to be. When you got people like B-Duck and Kinley Woods and some of them coming through the program, it's a little bit harder to get out there. But.
Brooklyn, do you think, you're known for a lot of things on the court, but for me, you hear me talk about on the air a lot, is your defensive intensity, especially on the wall. Do you think you have what it takes to shut down Coach in her prime? She scored 1,989 points in her career. In her prime.
I don't know.
3-point shot had just come out. It hadn't been out too long.
After what I saw today.
That's right. I think you were a freshman.
Remember, he said prom. He said prom. Yeah. I might have to pull out the VHS tapes. I got
some film. I have to watch some film before I do.
Don't have it on social media. We can't go back to YouTube, My Town back then. But I do have VHS tapes. I might have to pull them out.
Yeah. Send it my way.
Brooklyn, who's the toughest player you've competed against?
I'd definitely Kinley Woods, I'd say.
Yeah, that's tough.
Oh, compete like opponent.
Let's say teammate. I would say guard to guard. Kinley Woods. I think that goes without saying. But let's say opposing team.
Portsmouth, Sienna's tough, very tough. Kylie Kenner, she's pretty tough.
See, when you said Portsmouth, I thought you were going to go to Kiki Woods for her defense.
Very quick on defense. She's
one of the quickest I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't even know how she. But she's out there too.
Well, Ben, you captured the big shot. Well, you guys captured the big shot. You edited the video. Let's talk about that a little bit. Your
chalk shot it, saw it was off, so I was there like in the right position for the rebound. Saw Sienna coming at me, so I knew I couldn't shoot it then. I didn't know how many seconds were on the clock, so dribble, floater. I love a little floater, so I just threw it up and prayed for the best.
Did you know when you released it?
It felt good, so a little bit.
It did roll a little bit. We wanted to tease everybody there for a second.
34 is your career high. When did you know that was going to be your night?
I had no clue. I didn't even know I had that many. I was just out there playing. I had fun, and my teammates were doing what they needed to do. So
I think you scored the first 10 or 12 points. Of the game.
Yeah, something like that.
Those are usually your best games when you finish a game and you don't really know. Like somebody tells you how many points you had, and it's just like
that's a Stacy and Brooklyn problem. That was never a Chris problem. Right?
You knew how many points you had. Yeah. Well, the game winner on that end of the floor reminded me of my daughter's senior season 2020 when Jada Miller hit a big shot down there on that end of the floor to beat Boyd County.
I remember
so
that.
It brought back good memories for me, watching people celebrate down in that corner down there like that. And you all have great participation on the team this year. Stacey, you have a lot of numbers out, don't you, for basketball?
This is probably the most we've had out. It's it's really good, and we're happy, we're proud, we're excited about it.
So the practices have to be good.
They
you
are.
have plenty of bodies to You don't have to worry about getting out there too often. And
See,
sitting
that's
up.
that's what it is. There's just so many. I don't want to take away their
You
time.
can't take away their time on the floor. Yeah.
So I've kind of pushed it to them. It is, like I said, our numbers are really good from
Yeah.
7th through 12th, and which is good. It makes us really excited about the future.
Yeah, I think the future
Because
is bright, definitely.
this year we've had several teams that don't have JV teams, and they're canceling JV games. They don't have enough numbers for JV team, and
Yeah.
here we are, like we kind of 4 freshmen JV and varsity. Like we have 15 on our JV team. That's a lot to get in 6-minute quarters and
It
stuff.
is,
But
yeah.
that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it is.
You mentioned that the future's bright. I want to talk about some of your younger girls while you're here. Zoe Smith drew 2 charges against Sienna Allen in Portsmouth. Addison Wolf had the big 3 to send it into overtime. And then a couple games before that, Laura Short looked really good against Rowan County too. So just talk about those girls and the plays that they made on the big stage and what kind of excites you about the future with them.
We do. Like I said, Addison Wolf grew up a lot that game. For her, make her miss that shot, made it great. But to make her miss it whichever way, it was huge for her just to take that shot. The confidence to shoot it was huge. I think she had 7 points in that in that little span there, hitting that 3, which was huge for us. Put us on a run there. She had another runner that almost went in, which had been 9 points there. So she grew up a lot in that basketball game. That's going against Portsmouth, and that she stepped into that starting role when Jenna got hurt. Laura Short is we're really excited about her. The future is bright for her. She is learning. She soaks everything in, does everything you ask. She's come in. There's games she's come in and played several minutes for us and done everything we ask. And there's some games she doesn't get in as much. She never complains, does everything you ask, and she's ready when you call her name. And as a freshman coming in, that's huge. Not knowing what your role is going to be, whether you're going to get in or not, and she's ready anytime we've called her name. She played really big for us down in Tennessee when we were down there when we had Addison Wolf go down with the stomach virus. And Laura came in and played really well down there for us. Zoe Smith, she reminds me of her mom. I coached her mom in high school, Swanee there. Just feisty, aggressive. Listen, I won't get in and fight with her, I can tell you that. But huge charges, she does the little things. Right now, Zoe has potential to be a double-digit scorer, and I think you'll see that coming here in the future. But she's one who will do all the dirty work, the grind work, and just in 8th grade. So, when you look at what we have as far as Addison's a sophomore, Laura's a freshman, Zoe Smith's an 8th grader, and you got some 7th graders. Our 7th grade group is really good. You got Lakaya Gould. We've seen little spurts of her in there a little bit. She's just 13 years old in the 7th grade. So, when you see that and, you come out and you get to watch our JV team, had a really good win the other day, played really well. It gets you excited to see that they're buying into the program and playing the same way that our varsity girls play.
Now, Coach, you mentioned Jennifer Swan. You and I kind of are opposites. You started your coaching career at Boyd County after playing at Ashland. I did the opposite.
Yeah.
I played at Boyd County and then coached with Bill Bradley at Ashland, my first coaching job. So talk about it's hard to be on both sides of that rivalry.
It is. Listen, it was rough.
Me too.
So when I got out of high school or out of college and came back home, the opportunity arose. Pete Frothy approached me about coming and helping him coach, and I started teaching at the Raymond Home and loved it. It took me about 2 years to wear red. I wore black, gray, white, and that was it. The first time
it was
I
tough
coached,
for me too, Coach.
First time I coached at Ashland, I was coaching the JV, and I'm sitting on that visitors side down there. And I was like, this is a little bit weird.
Yeah.
But people gave me a hard time. I can't believe you're coaching Boyd. I can't believe you do that. And I'm like, listen, these are just girls that want to play basketball and learn. And that's what you have to look at.
Absolutely.
The rivalry's there. We want to beat Boyd. We want to beat Ashland, whichever one you're on. But in the scheme of it all, they're just girls, young ladies who want to play basketball and learn the game and compete.
Ryan, you look like you're up to something over there.
No, I was just pinning down some words. I get an inspiration. You want me to come up with things on the fly, so I'm just coming up with what I can.
You're going to have a song for us soon.
I could possibly.
Okay.
If you want to hear it, you want to give it a shot.
It looks like more than one.
Well,
you keep talking to them right now, though. I don't want to take their... we'll go out with my song.
So you heard us talking earlier about the Olympics, whether you prefer the winter or summer. Brooklyn, what do you prefer, winter or summer?
It's just both. I like watching both, but in the summer, I like the basketball, the gymnastics, mainly the gymnastics.
You just like competition.
Yeah, but in the winter, I like seeing the skiing, we talked about the bobsledding is pretty cool. I don't know. I just like
Coach, what about you? Winter or summer?
Well, the same thing. Kind of positive because they're not at the same time. Like they're like 2 years apart. So it's kind of exciting. I used to be full all-blown Summer Olympics. In the last 2 Winter Olympics, I've started to watch a little bit more. And the more I watch it, I was like, I like the skiing. The bobsledding's kind of cool. The curl, whatever that one is, I haven't figured that one
Curling.
out yet.
Yeah.
Curling. I haven't figured it out yet. My husband loves the ice skating, so anytime we're in there, ice skating's on. But if I had to pick one or the other, it's probably going to go summer because, one, there's basketball in it. I love to watch basketball, but, I love, one of my favorites is track, man, because those people can fly.
Yeah. Well, let's say, Brooklyn, you're a Winter Olympics athlete, and if you look right there, if you had to pick a sport, we just pick 2 for you, figure skating and speed skating. If you had to pick a Winter Olympics sport where you think you could excel, which one would it be?
Speed skating, I'd say.
You think it'd be speed skating, and why is that?
I like skating,
and you're fast.
Yeah.
Now, the way she defends, it might be hockey.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I forgot about hockey.
Yeah.
Goalie in hockey.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
injuries.
Oh.
Injuries.
Well, Coach Davis, we didn't leave you out of this one. We'll take a look at the monitor. There you go. If you were a Winter Olympics athlete, which sport do you think you would excel in?
It wouldn't be ice skating because you got to be graceful for that. Let's see. I'd probably have to go with hockey.
I kind of thought you might
the
say that.
competing, the physicality of it all, and just getting gritty. Yep, I have to go with hockey.
Checking people into the
Yep.
board.
That's it.
All right. Well, how would your team be best described as speed skaters, hockey players, snowboarders, curling? And when I say speed skating, I'm talking pace and conditioning. Hockey, toughness and physicality. Snowboarding, fearlessness, creativity, and curling would be communication and precision. Which would best describe your team?
It's not curling. Oh goodness, probably the ice hockey. Probably just the grittiness, the physicality. They just go out and they're tough. It may not always be pretty, but they get things done.
And last thing, speaking of physical and tough, getting Jenna Delaney back. That's talking about physicality and toughness.
Listen,
she brings a lot to the table, doesn't she?
She's a beast, man. She's strong. And listen, when she goes all out. Like, first game out, she's diving on the floor.
Yeah.
Last night against Paintsville, she's diving and going into the mats against the side of the wall. There's no holding her back at all. But she's a brute, man. She's one of the strongest, I think, pound by pound, strongest athlete in school.
Well, before Ryan plays us out to break, Brooklyn, any shout outs you want to give?
My teammates, family. Well, my mom's right here. So.
Hi, Mom.
The community.
Coach, how about you?
Well, always my family. My husband and my 2 boys, both of them, some of my biggest supporters.
They really are.
They are. Cameron's come along and he's not playing this year. We don't talk about that. It breaks my heart. So
Ours too.
But he is in the gym a lot with us, so he's kind of become like a little assistant kind of coach. The girls even listen to him sometimes a little bit more than me. So, but just the time you give away from your family. Of course, my mom and dad at home, my assistant coaches, my players, the community. It's just the school, everybody. It's just you could go on and on with shout outs, but we'll stop with those.
Coach Davis, Brooklyn, thank you for joining us. And Ryan, why don't you play us in a break?
Play us out. All right. From the time when Stacey Davis was the leading scorer of all time, to the days of kitten winning with Billy Bradley in his prime, to Robinsons of Grantsbury, Haley Sue and Kitten Nation, won 4 regions in a row, it was an Ashland domination. Then Stacey took over as the coach in 22, 2 16th region titles out of 3, that's what she do. Kinley Woods moved on to Eastern, so we wondered if they'd lose. But the kittens keep on winning, giving the competition blues. There's Gully, Gabby, Carly, and Delaney on the floor. They've won a couple titles, and they're looking for some more. The brilliant Brooklyn Duckweiler can hit game-winning shots. How many regions will Stacey Davis win? Lots and lots. There we go.
We'll be right back on Cross Section.
Yeah, pretty good.
Pick six for $19.99, a perfect meal for two.
That's gotta rhyme.
Well, how about munching on pick six, my mouth going yap yap. People always staring at my wings, they go flap flap. Dave is so surprised because he didn't know I'd rap. Pick six meal for two for $19.99.
This country runs on skilled hands, and right now, we don't have enough of them. Electrician jobs are booming, and IBEW Local 317 is training the folks who'll keep America lit. If you're ready to learn a trade that matters, visit us at 1848 Madison Avenue, Huntington.
It's not just about saving up. It's learning what it means to earn something for yourself, a few dollars at a time. It's about earning your independence. Every deposit, every goal, every step closer. Working together, building success.
Back, final segment of Cross Section. I want to thank Coach Davis and Brooklyn Duckweiler for joining us for tonight's show. And if we could roll that video again of her making that shot, Jeff, if you don't mind. You see it's Troxton took the three. She got the rebound, as she mentioned, just one dribble to the baseline, hit the floater, and everyone goes crazy. And in a moment like this, as a play-by-play man, as a broadcaster, professional broadcaster, we're charged with sort of playing it right down the middle and trying to stay neutral. And I think in that moment, I really kept my composure and stayed right down the middle, if you can see right there. All right, maybe not quite as much as I thought.
I was going to say, you're using professional pretty loosely there.
Well, actually, that picture came right before I jumped out of my seat. I was on my way to jumping out of my seat when they snapped that picture. So that's it was an exciting moment, no doubt about it. Yeah, there it is. There it is. The wide shot, and I'm already partying on the three. By the way, Nanny Nizzo's meatballs and ricotta, as my friend Jimmy Nizzo would say. He's right behind us right now. Actually, let's turn the camera around. Let's talk to Jimmy. Can you get a little closer? Mr. Nizzo, we love these meatballs. Tell us the history of them.
Well, this was my mother's long-time recipe. My mother was Irish, and my father was Italian. So I brought it here, and I'll make it with love.
But there's a little more to the story. I mean, how did you get the meat home to make the meatballs? I thought you worked in a butcher, didn't you?
I worked in a butcher shop for a lot of years. So my mother had this formula for the beef, pork, and veal mixture, and I used to mix it up with all the good stuff, and I love it.
Well, I love it too,
yeah,
and I'm going to finish this off. And Ryan hasn't had any yet because he was too busy songwriting. I did save one for you, Ryan. Oh, bend it? Well, you two can split. We've got 1.5 left here, so you can split that.
No, you've got one left.
I've got one left.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Well, okay, let's take it real quick. You've got Ashland playing tonight against Morgantown at West Virginia State. They are trailing right now at the end of the third quarter. Last night, big win for Russell, district win on the road. Raceland, you had that game. How'd it go?
It went like an old school 63rd district battle. earlier in the season, Russell had beat Raceland 83-57.
I was going to say a lot of free throws by Lewis County.
Well, that's a whole other area to get into. But, Coach Joe Bryan and Raceland kind of flipped the script on Russell and went into the old North Carolina four corners offense. And it's a really tough game to do audio-wise because I had to explain to people nothing was happening at multiple times when there was dead air. But both teams look like they're getting ready for the postseason, which will be here in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah. Well, you've added someone to your broadcast team since Christmas.
Yeah.
Jared Prickett, former Kentucky Wildcat national champion on the 1996 team. He was participating in all the celebration this past weekend and the game against Tennessee. Tell me what he's brought to the table for your broadcast.
Well, it's nice to get to actually look at someone and say, what would Rick Pitino do in this situation? And, him and Coach Pitino are still very close, and he'll even break down different things, and I'll say that came straight from Coach Pitino, didn't it? But Jared's great. He's really enjoying being involved with my town, and he told me he would prefer to do the games than sit and watch his son and pace. So this has been it's been a kind of a double treat having Jared and seeing him enjoy being involved with our kids here in the local area.
I'm going to switch gears a little bit. We're like we said, a couple weeks away from the end of the season. Who has surprised you as a team and even as an individual player? I'm going to ask all three of you that question. I'm going to start with you, Brian.
Probably the game Ryan and I did Monday night. Round County's came a long way under their new coach.
What's his last name?
Kokendorfer.
Wow, you got it right.
Is that right? Yeah. Yeah. I'll pronounce it on the air, so I didn't hear anything negative. So, but
not sure his own team could pronounce it.
Right? Yeah. But it was hard for me to call somebody Coach K. That's a first-year coach. But I was really impressed with where they've came behind Cameron Cross, and they have got a guy in the middle to keep an eye on, and freshman Bentley Barker or Bentley Barnett, excuse me. The kid can really play, athletic. He's about 6'6", and he's going to be fun to watch going forward here in the 16th region.
Sleeper in the tournament?
Potentially. I think they're probably.
I think they get out of the district pretty easily.
They're going to win that district, I would assume, and I wouldn't want to face them. If you're one of these 2 seeds that comes out potentially, they may not beat Boyd County or Ashland, but they're going to make them play. Mm-hmm. And that's the one thing, if you're facing one of those teams in the semifinals, you don't want them to cruise in the first round.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I would look at it.
Ben.
I'm going to say on the girls' side, I'm going to go against the grain a little bit and say East Carter. I feel like we're going to learn a lot about them here over the next couple of weeks. They've got 3 scorers, averaging double figures. I haven't gotten the chance to see them play yet, but they're 10-3 in the 16th region, so we'll kind of see as the competition heats up how they respond. But I think Coach Clark's done a great job in Grayson. As far as the player, can I say Elijah Owens? Because he's new to the scene, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hadn't heard of him. I know we had kind of texted about him, but when I went down to Martin County for the preseason tournament, I'm watching him warm up. And, I usually don't put too much stock into the warm-ups because I'm like, all right, do it in a game. He does it in a game.
He does it
in a game. And he's ridiculous, so I think that would probably be my answer. It's cheating a little bit, but that's what I'm going with.
Ryan.
I'll take several cheats here. Rolling right off of your there. The Ashland programs in general have really surprised me this year, to be honest, on the boys and the girls side, because losing players like Kenley Woods, Xander Carter, you do expect a little bit of a drop-off, but there's been no drop-off, and their dominance has increased kind of, if anything, between them and number 2 in the region, and boys and girls right now. And as far as anybody else, I kind of agree with Brian. We just got the chance to watch Rowan County the other night, and Cameron Cross, we talked about Barnett there, but man, Cameron Cross is a player. He's definitely
so
a top
smooth.
10 player in the region, and and that whole team comes back next year too.
Yeah.
So the future's bright at Rowan County. And so many times I've walked in out at Moorhead in region tournaments, and Rowan County's playing the first game. I get there in the middle of it, and I look up at the scoreboard, and I'm shocked at the score. And this is going to be another one of those years. Just watch for them in the tournament. Yeah.
Well, I would agree with you. I think it was really with Ashland. How would both teams respond without Kenley and Xander, who have both gone on to play Division I basketball? So that's I would say that is a surprise, but to me, the surprise team of the region so far has been the Russell Red Devils. No offense to them, I just didn't think, maybe because I didn't know enough about what they had coming back next year. But you look at what they lost from last year to this year, and you wondered how it would come together. But what you've seen is you've seen players like Tyler Cordial step up. You've seen Gabe Pridemore, who last year had to do just about everything for Russell. Now he's being able to play a more defined role this year. And to me, the player that surprised me more than anyone, Jagger Prickett, running point for Russell. I didn't think he was that good, and I hadn't seen that much of him. And also, he's coming off some knee injuries. He's had some setbacks throughout his career, and you wondered if he was going to be able to play at a high level. But to me, the way he can control the ball, distribute, get his teammates involved. I mean, guys like Ryder Burgess, you knew going in what they were going to be. It's not a surprise there. But Jagger, to me, has been the surprise of the 16th region at the level he's been able to play. And he plays with such composure. And he's not afraid to take big shots. So that's, to me, that's my biggest surprise of the year. I'm not sucking up to Jared.
Well,
unless he can get me some tickets to UK games.
Well, he hasn't got me any yet, so
No.
I guess I'm first in line. But you're exactly right. Jagger spent almost 2 years not playing basketball at all due to a couple of knee surgeries. And, when you talk about Ryder Burgess, he's grown to about 6'4" now. He's taller than I am. And but the biggest thing you just mentioned is Tyler Cordial. At 6'7", Tyler last year was very passive, very timid. This year, he's controlling the backboards against just about everyone.
I'm going to go one step further because I told him this to his face. It wasn't that he was passive and timid as much as that I thought he just got down. He would just like I won't say pouting's too strong, but he would for whatever reason he would shift off a little bit and just didn't play like someone who was satisfied with his role. This year's been completely different.
Well, they've made him a big part of both ends of the court, offensively and defensively. He's showing some emotion out there, which, I'm not a big fan of all the rah-rah stuff, but that's a kid that you kind of like seeing that fire that he didn't have before. And, I contacted my old coach, Scott Cornett at Alice Lloyd, and I said, I got this kid playing for Russell, and people are going to be on him pretty soon. He's 6'7", 6'8", and I think that's going to be the case the postseason. Somebody's going to pick up on him.
Finally, we mentioned Jared a couple times. Kentucky this weekend on the road going to play the Florida Gators. Big game. Two teams at the top of the SEC right now. A week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, you would have never, a week and a half ago, you'd have never put Kentucky in the conversation for challenging for the SEC regular season. But Saturday could go a long way for Kentucky. Ryan, do you think they have a chance?
They have a chance. Yeah.
In that they're getting off the
That's
plane
a good answer.
and they're playing basketball.
They're playing basketball. They're shooting the ball towards the rim just like Florida is. But they have a chance. But I wouldn't bet on them Saturday.
Ben?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I think they have a chance. Do I think they'll win? No, but I mean, they have a chance to win. To answer the question.
Okay,
you're taking it to literally the chance to win.
That's the way you ask the
Expand
question.
on that. Like, how much of a chance do you favor them to?
I mean, I absolutely think they can win. I think they're playing really good basketball right now. They've gotten things figured out from where they were. They just can't start slow.
Aren't you a Florida fan
that's the biggest
too?
thing. I am, and it feels good to say that actually now because I've had to hide that for the last 3 years because I've worked with Florida State.
Yeah.
So I haven't really been able to come out
It
with
must be
that.
nice to claim 24 different teams and hope one of them wins like Ben Spicer does.
I just go with the odds, man.
No, is that it? Yeah.
Brian?
I think they follow the pattern they've been doing. They get down double digits, come back and win. I mean, I may even bet on them.
So I think they will get down double digits, and they'll follow the pattern. I don't think they have what it takes to come back against Florida, though. At Florida, I think they'll close, but I don't think they can come back. The other thing is with this team is that when they get down, one of two things happen: they either fight back and they make a game of it, or they completely fold.
They pack
up
their
the tents
stuff,
and leave. And so you could see anything. That's why I wouldn't, if I were a betting man, of course I would never wager on sports. But I wouldn't touch Kentucky all season long because you don't know what team is going to show up. Yeah, they've been playing more consistently now, but then, you'll have one game where they're completely lay an egg like they did at Vanderbilt, didn't show up, and then, you're out your $2 that you bet on DraftKings.
Well, I mean, I will say I've been betting during the commercial breaks here on different things, so I feel good. I haven't seen the line yet for Saturday, but I think they're finally turning a corner. I feel good for the first time in a long time. I feel good about the Cats.
I just don't think they have enough. I don't think they have enough firepower.
Well, you don't have to impress Ben Spicer.
I want him to come back.
Yeah.
All right, guys, anything else? Ryan, you got anything else to play for us on the way out?
I don't have anything else to play for on the way out, but Tyler Rowland just texted me. Elijah Neal just tied up the game to go to overtime. So Tyler's probably pumped up right now.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
We're getting the full WWE.
Yeah, too bad we don't have a Tyler picture to put next to yours. So.
Well, Ben, I want to thank you for joining us. You're welcome to come on anytime, of course. And for Ryan and Brian and myself, Chris Pullum, for Jeff, who we haven't even talked about. He's so mad because he didn't get a meatball. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And you're not going to get one. Unless Ryan will give up his. Unless Ryan and Ben will give up theirs. Yeah. And myself and Jeremy, of course, behind the camera, want to thank you for joining us. And until next time, this has been Cross Section. We'll do better next time.